Hello everyone, Megazip here, and welcome back to Satisfactory. Had a little bit of a delay there. I was watching some frame drops happening on the YouTube side there. Trying to make sure everything is running smooth. Looks like it's stabilized. But at any rate, welcome back everyone. We are sort of back at my little makeshift outpost here. And it's raining, apparently. I just noticed. And yeah, so there's been a few updates since my stream on Wednesday. I have cleared all of the tier 5 items. So all the tier 5 items are done, so I now have a jetpack. We now have fluid packaging, and sure enough, we now can do generators, which is great because, you know, we kind of need more power. So hence the title of the stream today, more power. So there's an oil node. Well, there's 3 oil nodes that I am aware of. 2 of them that direction. One way back over there. We're not going over that one. At any rate, so I wanted to save the tier 6 milestones for the stream. So right now we're set for manufacturing. So we have manufacturing, we have the trains, rail signals, we have pipe engineering, and then of course we have the next stage in blueprints. Now, I can't really do that. I would really love to get the better piping, but unfortunately it needs something like heavy modular frames, and those are made in here. Now I have some, I just don't have enough to just kind of blow past that one. So at any rate, you know, we've got this one to work through, and it's not going to be too bad. I have most of the material. However, I want to work on a power plant today, so we'll come back to that maybe toward the end of the stream today and see what supplies I have left. I have cables, but I have to go to the starter base to get those. Plastic I have plenty of. Modular frames are over there, and the motors are over there. So I stopped making the previous space elevator parts in favor of making motors, so that is now full of motors. So I have more than enough to do that there. I went ahead and built one of the trucks here. Got rid of those Explorers so we can carry the big boy now. And you can kind of see I have like a to-do list of things for fuel generators, oil extractor, refinery, various things. I have some stuff stored back here in case I need it. Rubber, plastic, stuff for overclocking, but we shouldn't need to do that. A little bit of everything. As far as I've got some extra hand slots now. I've been kind of working through a few things in the MAM. So that's good. I do have the jetpack on me, as you can see, which will come in handy at times. I won't need it right now necessarily. And I'm just going to run over here real quick. I've been sort of working through a few of these, working through the sulfur a little bit. I want to unlock the rifle. I already have the rebar gun. I haven't made it, but I unlocked it. You know, I eventually want to create a weapons manufacturer facility that'll make a whole lot of these. Probably not the nuclear one there, but to make a whole lot of Nobelisks, rifle, ammo, various things. So, and it's funny, I can go get the stuff right now to make compacted fuel or compacted coal. So maybe we'll come back and look at that later because we'll be able to move into turbo fuel. Now I do have a hard drive on me, I believe. I went on a little bit of an exploration today, and you know, got some more blueprints. Haven't claimed any of them yet. Not too really happy about some of these. Fine concrete, not good because I've got the pure one. I don't know what to think about the smart plating thing there. Plastic AI limiters. This could probably be fine. I mean, I guess it would be okay. I don't need a bolted iron plate because I got a better one. And coated cables. No, I don't think I need them that bad. And yeah, probably not going to use a lot of these. I'll probably rescan a bunch of them. But I do have, I think I have one hard drive on me. So yeah, go ahead and let that one go. And we're going to get back into the truck here. And I'm going to take you over to the current plant that I have. As you guys know, we worked on the rubber and plastic building, but I took some time yesterday and did some work over here. So I'm just going to kind of pull in. First of all, I created a nice little staircase thing here. It'll take me up to get into my to get into this. So if I need to get into the power thing and do any kind of power configuring, I can do that. So that's cool. But I did a little bit of design work over here. I started doing some searching on industrial because, like I said, I've been talking about wanting to do an industrial look, and a lot of it came back to more of a modern industrial look with a lot of concrete. So that's what we got here. I've only done 2 of the sides because I was still kind of experimenting with it. I got a nice little glass sort of cover here. Keep me nice and dry if I need to. A little ledge there. So I thought this turned out pretty good. Come over here and kind of look. I did the same kind of concept here. It's a little bit different in the center there, but yeah, I like it. I got a concrete roof. I decided to go with that route up there. But it is covered, so I still got to do that side and the back side, and then I'll be done. But that's not for today. That's something I'll do outside of streaming. Unless you guys want to watch me do that. But we have other things that we're going to work on. So this thing needs a backup beeper, I feel. Beep, beep, beep. You know, one of those. Anyway. So there's an oil node there's 2 oil nodes in the area, but they're not close to each other. So we're going to focus on one specific one to do the fuel refineries and stuff. And so I'm just sort of driving over to it. I kind of know where it is for the most part. Just trying to avoid these little bug plants that like to extract out. Of course, my driving is a lot to be desired in this game. But it's like right over this way. So, whoops. Didn't mean to set those things off. Ugh. There we go. So I needed to go over here because this is where the node's at. So right over here. So we have a pure node right here. Check it out. Crude oil pure. We know this is definitely not an original spot for it. So this is kind of what they do for 1.2 on random nodes. They make it look like a Lazarus pit, I guess. And I can walk on it like water. These things we'll have to probably take out. So this is where we're going to be putting the oil extractor. I'll need to figure out where exactly I want to put the this piece of bacon here. Where exactly I want to put the entire setup. So we have some options for sure. But another thing I wanted to look at too was there is a cave over here. So that's part of what the exploration for today is that there are caves. and I thought maybe we would explore this one a little bit. There's some stink stuff up there, but we'll work through that, and then we're going to come back down here. But I just wanted to take a peek up here, and you can see there's like some radioactive nastiness going on over here, and we have the cure for that. It's called grenades. I just have to get to the right angle. There we go. One of the things I like about these nobelisks, they sure know how to let you blow stuff up, don't they? So what's what's exploring without being able to blow shit up? Got us a purple dealio there too. There's some spiders in here, but remember we don't have it on. We have it on a mode where they're supposed to attack if I attack them, but that part of the game's broken. I think I missed that one. Oh, there it is. Whoosh. So, anybody doing anything special for the holiday? We're thinking about doing a little grilling. Oh, hell, I walked right past that one. How did I walk past that one? And not get infected? How is that even possible? I walked right in here. Did it just generate right behind me or something? Anyway. Oh wow, look, it's all orangey. But yeah, I'm looking at doing some grilling. And that's about it. My wife and I are gonna actually. What's funny is we're gonna watch Independence Day tomorrow. I used to do the whole, go out and blow shit up thing. I did that for a while. Hey guys. Well, you're just caught up in there, aren't you? Well, I can't do nothing about you until you come out. Apparently I killed one over here. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to get up to you, but like it could be a rocket. It is. I think I got enough room in my inventory for that. Kind of cool little cozy spot, huh? Alright, well, let's finish clearing this out. See what's on the other side. But yeah, we talked about watching Independence Day. No, we did the whole thing, shooting fireworks and all that stuff. My kids are older now. And just not really into it as I was in my younger years. All right, we're just gonna kind of walk past here. We're gonna go back and work on the oil, but I just wanted to do a little exploring here, just to see what we can find. You never know what you discover when you kind of look around. See if there's anything cool over here. Kind of high. A little bit of something there. A lot of cliffs. Of course, I'm always on the hunt for Mercer spheres, so. Okay. A lot of water. That's good to know. Anyway, let's go back and start working on fuel and power. So it's a pure node. I can't overclock it right now because I don't have the bigger pipes, right? Now, we have our truck, we have our oil node. From what I understand, now, on Satisfactory calculator, it told me that there are 2 coal nodes over here somewhere that aren't far away from that. I think they might be like over here or something. Probably up there or up there. Well, at some point we'll have to look for those because, you know, we're going to be probably doing more coal generator for power. We're going to work on more steel factories and anything else that we need to do. I think my chainsaw is in here. It is. Oh, and I do have the zip line in case I ever want to use it. Can I take these things out? Because it would make it so much easier to... Oh, good, I can. Well, mycelia. There we go. That's better. Alright, so we need to figure out what direction we kind of want to go. Anybody have any ideas? I suppose we could go maybe that way. And by direction, I just mean the direction of where this is going to go, as far as where the oil extractor is going to go. Right? I guess in the end, it really doesn't matter what direction it goes. So if we go out this direction, we do have water right there. If we go out this way, because we're probably going to have to put the fuel generation up on another tier level here. A lot of these trees will probably have to get cut out. Because we're going to need a lot of room, so... I guess in the end, it really doesn't matter. We'll just send it out this way and just sort of go from there. I mean, these fuel generators are pretty big. All right, well, let me just, let's just put it right like this for right now. I could build a thing to put around it. You know, if I want to go fancy. I mean, I did that for the other oil extractor where I built a little thing there, you know, to put it on. Suppose I could probably do something like that here. Maybe. I'm not building on the world grid or any of that stuff. Not in this playthrough. I want to give it some breathing room before I go up too high, too fast, as I might have to... I mean, technically, I don't even need to build it up if I don't want to. I can... Obviously, I'll need to go straight out. We're looking at I think four refineries and 8 fuel generators. That's why I said this thing's going to be pretty big. I don't know. I don't like to do everything like super tight knit, so let's maybe go like that. Kind of keep it centered on there. Maybe go up a little bit. It doesn't have to be a 4 meter though. It could be a 2. That might be high enough. Maybe there. Let's go that way. 10. Go that way. 10. Actually be 9, wouldn't it? Times 10-ish. We can run a floor hole right here. Send it right up. Well, actually, right, we could do something very similar to what we did on the other building where I ran all of the piping underneath. So that way we don't have to worry about it. So this will be where we would set all of the stuff. So yeah. So let me I think I might be able to. I can get up there with the jetpack, but I also like to pick the lowest level so it doesn't have to use so much fuel. There we go. So if we say that this one represents the center, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. We got 10 that way. I know we still did the zoop thing. I'm just making sure everything's even. Yeah, that's what I thought. And we can go out this way a little bit. I don't think we're going to have to go a huge amount here. And we may not even need this much. But I kind of surprise myself sometimes. We'll go 5 out on each end. We're going to build this a little bit at a time. Okay. And I'll expand as I need to. How about that? Always like to do a little parameter. Or I worry about the rest. And we have one tree in the way. Doesn't appear, maybe 2 trees? Yep, 2 trees. There we go. Again, this is the lowest side, so we use this. Oh, I missed that timing. Okay. I just hope I don't run out of concrete because I don't have any more concrete. What you see is what I have. And it's actually the next factory that I need to build is a concrete factory. So and I actually don't have enough. I'm 1 block short. How quaint. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have any in the truck, so let's go see. Do I have any more concrete in the truck? This means I've used up all of the concrete that I've produced since I started playing. So, quite a lot of concrete. Yep. We are out. So, yeah, it's going to be a floating platform. I'll just put a ladder here or something. Have to... Okay, so I guess I'll take the corner out and I'll put it where that spot is. We'll take this one out. There. Now, sure, I could have made this metal instead. Let's see. Is there any limestone nearby? Probably not, but 500 meters or back over there. Okay, well, so we can't really like do some makeshift concrete work over here. So this is essentially the center. So just kind of like that other one, I don't really want to build anything off of this. So we need to build off of here. So we'll start with our refineries. So it's going to sort of get these in a good spot. Also have to check to see how much room we have since this is all I've got. Move it up a little bit. Good. Now, I was gonna, put 2 on this side and put 2 on that side. It's kind of where I think I'm gonna do this. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Is that right on the line? It is on the line, okay. Now I'm pretty sure the fuel recipe, I think I calculated this right. So this is the fuel recipe. It takes in 60 crude oil, produces 40 fuel, and then we also get a polymer resin. So the polymer resin, we're going to have to sink that. I don't really have a choice because right now I can't make anything. I mean, I can make stuff with it, but like I can make residual plastic or residual rubber, but I don't really need it right now. So it's just going to get put in the sink. Yeah. Oh, wow. I can make smokeless powder with that. That's cool. Anyway, so that's kind of where we're at. So we don't really need anything in this, and so what I've been doing is putting in painted beams here, just indicating that these are blocked. Okay, so you'll kind of see how I did the plastic rubber factory, because I did the same thing with those. This is a lot easier than trying to do some other fancier one. Painted beams. Alright, so we need the logistics here. Floor holes. And that one was one too far. Okay. We got plenty of this stuff. Alright, so all that's taken care of. Now we just have to do the under logistics. I'm not worried about that. The only difference here is I don't have a base down there. This is just a floating platform because I'm out of concrete. So all of the fuel will come out and go down and down here. So we're gonna put some I'm gonna put a fuel generator in here just so we can kind of see how this is gonna work. I'm gonna face it that way. So I have 8 fuel generators queued up. These things are pretty big in nature here. So we're going to try to squeeze these in. I'm going to pull back a little bit. There's nothing on the back end here to worry about. But we're taking, what, 1, 2.5-ish. And I've got 1, 2.5-ish. So it's going to come in, yeah, we're going to be dead center on there. So that's a good, actually. That go? Okay. So those are centered on each other, which is perfect. See, they come right to the edge. When we get more concrete, we'll obviously do something with that. Okay. Now, each one of these takes in 20 metric units. So for each one of these, we control 2 of these. That's why I have 8, because I need 4 over here, 4 on the other side. So this thing will output down, and then we'll reroute and just do even Steven. And that should be it. That should be how we make that work. Everything's nice and even. Yeah, now granted, I like to have walking paths, but that ain't gonna happen on this one. We have a walking path in the center, not here. Well, we have it on the side here. So bam, we're set there and there. So that's a good thing. Now, what this does is it sets up the ends will probably be for this output here, the polymer resin, because we have to sink that. Now, this comes out at 30, right? So 60 per minute going into a sink, 120 total. That means, you know, we can put it anywhere. And maybe we'll put it right dead center in here, because why not? Any rate, let's get the now how far over am I from this? I guess this would be considered a compacted fuel area. So ladder comes in at half, and then yeah, right in there. Okay. We Gotta go this way. I'm gonna hold. We are like right there. Down. Still good here. Although we're gonna take this to the edge. I think we're gonna move it over just one more. But I'd like to still be able to walk around a little bit. Okay, that's right there. Take it to the edge. What am I out of? Surface step is uneven. Oh, that's because you need to come this way. That's why. Alright, I like it. So each one is 250 watts, right? So we have 1,000 here, 1,000 on the other side. So we'll add 2,000 megawatts to my existing 1350, which will be more than enough to kind of get a bunch of productions started. All right. So with that, we have our logistics part, right? More 4 holes. Should be good enough. Oh, I didn't realize I needed concrete for that. Oh boy. Does this really take concrete? Well, I guess we're going to have to go find some concrete somewhere. Because I can't finish this without it. I'm doing all the pipes underneath. All right. Well, let's go take care of that. Get in my truck. We'll go back toward the base. There is some concrete nodes over there, so should be able to figure something out there. I'm pretty sure I don't have any in storage. We'll search just to be on the safe side. Can I run these things over? I wanted to run those over. Yeah, getting the roads put in is going to make this really good too. So I do have plans for that. I did show off a little bit of blueprinting, although I'm going to be redoing all of it again. Oh, not all of it, but that thing should be knocked over. But portions of it I'm going to redo again, I should say. Make them a little less fancy, because I'm going to be using probably some of those sort of steel frames as sort of the architecture for it. So still got a little bit to go with that. All right. Now I want to make sure. I don't think I have any downstairs at all. I didn't realize that floor holes used concrete, so this one's empty, by the way. Yeah, I definitely don't have any. Well, we're gonna have to crack a node. I know there's I think there is one over here. Pretty sure. Oh, here, we need to make some miners. I'm gonna have to put some miners on them. I just walked all the way around for no reason. So I'll make four miners. And we'll just we'll take some time to make some concrete. Now, granted, I could take some concrete away for some things, I suppose, but I'd rather not. I thought there was some over here. Way over there. Well, I know where there's one node, and that's over at the start base, so let me go over there. I know I don't have any already made because I took the I took it down. Now, where I'm actually going to make my concrete factory is actually not far from the location of the starter base. It's just up the ways. There's like 3 pure nodes and I think a normal node, so if I can find water nearby, which I might, then I'll be able to use the pure recipe. So now my we're gonna check on that hard drive too while we're here. So what did we get? Adhered iron plate. Interesting. And basic iron ingot. Okay, I don't want to use limestone to make iron. I don't know about that one. But that adhered iron plate is interesting, using rubber. It's kind of an interesting take on that. Alright, so all of this stuff is just sitting here idling at the moment. If I need sulfur, I have plenty. But right over here, by itself, is it's just a normal node here. So we'll just put those... We'll let those guys do their thing. Now, everything else is just kind of, like I said, are just kind of sitting here idle, making not any productions at all. I've got reinforced iron plates for days over here. Check this out. Just a full-on one of that. I was making smart plates. Not making smart plates anymore. I got rotors coming out my wazoo over here now. Because I had both of those just produced right into that. Which I don't think I need any rotors right now, do I? Probably take a stack. Give that thing a little bit of production time. But yeah, we got a sulfur node over here. There's a sulfur node over there. In the original game, that over there was a pure limestone node. It's iron over here. So, yeah. Yeah, things are definitely different on this playthrough compared to the others. I mean, we have sulfur node right here. This one's a pure node. I'm just waiting for the limestone to work. Give them a second here. More limestone there. And over here, we have a normal iron node. So normal iron. So, yeah, those used to be copper in normal playthrough. Because I have built stuff over here in old, much older games, older versions, before the whole 1.0 thing. But yeah, we have to make concrete because I can't really finish it without it. I need floor holes. I didn't realize these floor holes required it. So, yeah. And these do too. And, well, I'll probably need it for these. Although those I might just keep above ground and not use those. Look at that. Okay, so let's go over here and make some concrete real quick, since I don't really have anything automated for it. Oops. Right over here. This should be enough to get me by. So yeah, so we'll drive back over there. We'll finish putting in the floor holes. We'll get all the pipes ran. Now I still need to run my electrical grid over there, so that way I can power it. Yeah, otherwise, you know, it's not really gonna do any good if I don't have power over there. I mean, I could kickstart it with traditional biomass burners, but I'd rather not. Not when I have, like, since all of this is idle over here, it actually freed up electricity. Because when everything's running, I think I'm running 1,000 megawatts out of the 13, so kind of is important. So we'll get this, and then we should be okay. That one. Yeah, let's see. I don't, this doesn't take any, does it? It does not. Okay. And since I'm over here, the wire is right here. So I can bring more wire over. Put a bunch of it in here. They're a little fuzzed out today. And the one up here is all of this stuff, and I'm okay. I don't think I need any right now. I think I got enough. But I know where to get it if I need it. Whoa. It's like bumper trucks here. But yeah, just up that way is like, I want to say like 3 limestone pure nodes, and I think 1 normal node. So I was going to bring all of that in to make a big concrete factory. Enough to where I can probably, you know, run a transport line to, in case I need to send it somewhere. I mean, there is water in various places. I could pipe over to it. I mean, I would say I could, this guy, why'd you have to get in the way like that? I do have the water packager system. I could do it that way. We could do transports. There's any number of ways I could get water over there, but since it is for, just running over all of those things. Since it is, it's for that pure, was it wet concrete? Yeah, the wet concrete recipe. Okay. These beans out of my way. Scenic route. All right. Yeah, once we get the concrete factory built, which I could do on stream if you guys wanted to see it, we'll come back and finish this whole design. It's going to be kind of crude for right now because I just don't have any concrete. Um, okay, so where I left off was I put a floor holes in, so let's get the logistics going. Hold my microphone a little closer. Sorry about that. I always like to try to get a decent distance away. Seems about right. I think it seems about right. All right. Pipes going in. Oops, messed that one up. Yeah, our old adage, first make it work, then make it pretty. Yeah, that's how we do it. Actually, I should put the floor holes in right here too, right? Too close. Too close. That's good. Okay. So what do you guys think? I think it's going to look good. All right. Got all those in. Bean, did you really get stuck in my floor? Get out of here. Why y'all gotta get up in my business? Y'all got a thing about being around humans all the time? Kind of a weird fetish they have. All right. Now, where... My eyes are not focusing very well today. Okay. Let me guess. The power thing's on the backside. Of course it is. Well, you know, that's kind of par for the course, I suppose. Let's just put a power pole here. Power pole here. Probably put one in the center too. We'll be hooking these up like one at a time. Because I don't really plug mine in until they're full. So I don't know if anybody else does that. This is kind of the way I work. I just like to get them sort of in the right spot and ready. Okay. And these guys, they'll hook in here, so that's the dead center. Can't worry about anything fancy at the moment. go back here. Try not to fall. And what we'll do is we'll put in... I don't have a lot of those, so we'll just keep it with these. Run this down to here. Up. Run it into that. Here we'll that. Oh, I guess I did sort of put a Mark II in there, didn't I? I didn't put a Mark II in there, so... Okay. Not sure why I put a Mark II on that one. I probably would have put it dead in the dead center here. Now, my power is going to be coming from that direction, so I'm going to probably put a pole here on the end. Well, no, I can't do that. I still got to put that stupid thing in the way. Awesome sink's got to fit in here somehow. And we'll probably have to go dead center. Unless I put it on like the back end of something over here. Right? No, it's not really any room there. I'll have to figure out where to put the awesome sink. I suppose I could put it down underneath. I don't know. Is there enough room down there? We think? Probably not. I mean, there would be if I like put it way over there or something. All right. Well, we'll worry about that later. The first thing I need to do is establish where the pipe's going to go. So let's work on our pipe logistics. And I'm going to start with a let's see, probably with a support like right here. Okay. And I usually like to do a regular pipe up. Always like to see what the hell this damn thing's gonna do. I always like to have like at least one of these so I can see it actually doing its job. Now I'm going to, what's going to be different this way is I'm going to put one of those same supports right here. And it's going to go, it's not staying. It's, you'll see why in a minute, but I'm going to go to the end. And then because I need to go down, I'm going to put a junction here. Just not that junction. Actually, no. I need to go like that. So can't I do that here? No, that would be too easy. So anyway, so I need to go like this. Kind of line it up. And then I can, and I can't see what I'm doing. Then I can take this out and take that out. So, there. so now what I can do is we can follow the logic, and I can put in one of these. Try to get that thing to line up. On a clean line to there. Here I can run the, man, that is almost too good. But what's messed up is I still have to put in a pipe there. It's not just going to line up. That should have worked. We'll find out rather quickly, mind you. And that is going to just run straight up. So that one's questionable. Feels like it's going to work though. And now we did the same thing over here, right? So we're going to put a hanger about there. Run that pipe. There. Put on our T-junction. There. That did not connect. There, I think I got it. Take this out. Run a clean line up. And there you go. Very nice. Alright, now these two are going to be combined and going to be sent down, or technically I don't have to combine them, right? Because each one's going to supply enough fuel for 2 generators. So therefore I could send one over to one side and one over to the other. That way, you know, we don't have to worry about any issues, okay? So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna line this. I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna feed. Actually, let's take this one and feed this side. We'll take this one and feed that side. So what I'm gonna do first is just establish a spot so that way I can just run a line to it, because I should just be able to run a line straight there, right? So I should be able to. We might want to do the normal one for this, and then like that. So that way I can at least see them in operation. There we go. So now we'll take another hanger, if you will. Put it right there. Right there. We'll run the pipe over. Now we can run a clean pipe. Right? Clean pipe there to there. Run the T. Just like we did on the other one. Man, it's so odd. I hope these are... I hope this works, you know? Will definitely be a clean... It'll definitely be a clean look, right? If that works the way it's supposed to. Whoa, what is that? Did those connect, or did I just tip off of that one? No, I'm not tapping off of that. Let's take this off. Take that off so it doesn't try to connect to that. I better check that down there to make sure I didn't do the same thing. See the way those things were tipping off? I don't think these are direct matches. You know, you can see that, right? I feel like that did what it was supposed to do. Let me just take these out. Pipes can be a real tricky mess. A real tricky mess. So, yeah, they look like they did what they were supposed to do. I don't know. Alright, so same thing. We're going to set up little hangers right here. Just to kind of establish a line to it. And we'll take a normal line, that one, normal line to that one. Over here, set up another one temporarily. Run our line to it. Put in our T-junction. Take this out. Since these pipes have proven a little bit on the tricky side. Okay. Now I am going to go upstairs and make sure it didn't do any weird, funky stuff up there either. Alright, so that's all the piping. So that's good. Weird, but good. Whoop. Okay. Everything appears okay. Thing looks weird. All right. So now we just have to deal with the whole, you know, resin stuff. So this polymer resin, and I did set all of these up for that, right? I didn't skip that one. So polymer resin. As I said, we're going to sink everything. I guess I can... How much concrete do I have left? Not a lot, but enough to where... where I can make a little bit more room up here. So let's do that. Plus, I need to fix this corner that I took out earlier. Okay. All right. Just going to stick out so that way I have a place to put the awesome sink. And let's try to line this up decently. All right. So, okay, a little bit, kind of a half a spot over there. Perfect. And we can run power to it from that. And run to the end here, attach it in there. Now I still got some line left. I'm gonna put one right here on the end because, like I said, we still have to tie the main power grid, which is gonna be somewhere over there. I'm gonna have to bring it over here, but we can tap into this so that way we have a way to power start it. I might put a power station over here somewhere, and that's how we'll get it. Most likely, I'll probably put a power station somewhere over here. But at any rate, I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Yeah, we've got cool stuff going. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Let's see. We need to combine these two, so let's do logistics for this. So we'll just put in a merger here. Obviously send it over. That. Same over here. Go the other way, like that. Now, these only output at 30, so not a big deal. But we're still going to use some decently sped things up. I've got tons of these. And I've got how much of this stuff? I got plenty of this Mark III belts, so let's just send a Mark III belt. And then one more merger in the center here so we can send it right in. I suppose I probably could have put that one. Well, yeah, I probably could have. So now we want to send it all that way. That. There, so everything is now ready to go. So all we got to do now is just bring power over here, and once the fuel generators are full of fuel, then I will hook them into the grid. So there we go. So that's more power. So now I need to pick where I want to put the power station. That would probably be the next step, and then do I have enough to build the power station? Let's see. And I think I'm going to do my regular one. I don't think I need to do the big power station. Just a standard power transfer station that I have right here. And I have enough, so I don't think we need battery backups over here. I mean, we could. Well, I need the AI limiters, yeah. We'll just use the standard power station. So we just need to figure out where we're going to put it. So right now it's a floating platform. As I said, we'll eventually fix that problem. I hate these things. Really? Really? Ugh. These things should be run-overable. Oh, sorry. You should be able to run over with those things with a truck and just be able to be good with that. I think that's crazy that we can't. Alright, so where do y'all think we should put the power transfer station? We could put it over here. I mean, I don't know if it'll reach though. Don't know if the power node thing will reach this far. Oh, hi. Stupid things. We could put it right here. It's not ideal either, but, oh, is there one of those over here? I guess there was, wasn't there? I need to get long-range weapons so I can, stupid things. Anyway. I wish that boulder was not right here, because this would probably be a perfect spot. Right here. Well, let me get power lines in. Well, actually, no. We could probably put it right at the bottom down there. You know, let's look at this real quick. What if we put it down here? Right down here at the bottom. You think that might work because the power lines will run all the way over there. So maybe we just put it right here. So let me cut some stuff out of here. Yeah, I think that'll work. Kind of back up right here. Get my power transfer station. Oh, I need a lot of concrete, which I don't have. Okay. So, yeah, we can't run it yet. So I need concrete. So, in the meantime, we need to run the power things over here, because these things don't require it, do they? Oh, they require concrete too. Well, I guess we got to go back and make a bunch of concrete. If it's not one thing, it's another, right? We need a lot of concrete. So, if you like the stream so far, don't forget to hit a like button there if you're on YouTube. Feel free to leave a comment if you want. Subscribe if you're not already. If you're on Twitch, hit the follow button if you're not following the channel. And if you got that Bezos money, those Prime subs, they are the most helpful. Yeah, so this is the power pole that we're going to have to run power down to. So once we get a bunch of concrete made, then we'll be able to deal with that. So we got to go back to the old starter base to get more concrete. Yeah, it'll be good to get a concrete factory officially made once we get all of this power in there. I did take all the paths out, if you didn't notice already. Except for a small strip there that I noticed a moment ago. And as soon as you take the pathways out, the hogs show back up again. So if hogs are in the pathway, they stop showing up when you put the pathway in. So they came right back as soon as I got rid of the pathway. So I found that fascinating. I realized I probably could have had this thing making concrete over here while we were working, but really didn't want to take all this stuff out yet. So we can sit over here and make some concrete and kind of chat a little bit. We do have a chatty bunch tonight. And by chatty, I mean non-existent, but that's okay. I've had many of one-sided conversations. Not be the first time. Alright, so we'll probably do 2-ish batches of concrete here. Just to make sure I have enough for everything that I want to do to finish out the power and all that. I mean, it's bad enough that I'm going to need concrete to make a concrete factory. So I might set this one up temporarily over here after we're done just to go ahead and get it started. Actually, it says I have enough already, but I don't. So I gotta make a whole bunch of those power poles. These things take at least 10 concrete apiece, so yeah. I probably need to get some more of this stuff while I'm here. I got a full load of it. You can never not have enough of that, right? So yeah, once we get the more power thing done, I think I'm gonna, well, aside from the concrete factory, give me one moment. Sorry about that. I had a sneeze. Aside from the fact that we're going to be making a concrete factory, I'm going to reevaluate what I'm going to do in this area. So I do have a copper pure node here. I have a copper iron node over there. Everything else over here is normal. So I have a normal over there. So, you know, everything's just sort of out. It's not really... This is kind of an open factory pattern. I mean, I have a double stack thing right there. That was just because I needed something compact. Which, you guys go back to some of the earlier live streams, you'll see that. Or at least most of it. But I want to kind of figure out what parts I want to make over here. Because I might use it to make very basic parts. Which it kind of already does, but like I might want the pure node to do something else. Or this pure node to do something else. And just use the one iron node that's over there. To make basic iron parts like plates and rods or something. That I would just have if I need it. For anything, you know, it wouldn't be really know why I'm over here. I wouldn't really be used for anything major. But those pure nodes, I mean, those can be loaded up into something and transported off to another site. Maybe. I don't know. Don't know yet. It is sort of a spaghetti setup, that's for sure. But yeah, well, I'm really looking forward to expanding. So, this is the tier I'm going to spend probably the largest amount of time in. And I mean, obviously, if we get into tier 7 and 8, we'll be in there for a while anyway, but we're probably going to be spending the next couple of months in this tier. Not because I'm not super eager to get to tiers 7 and 8. I want to get a bunch of factory stuff made. I want to basically get every part that I can make in a factory of some kind. So that way I don't have to do a lot of manual stuff. So there'll be some dedicated factories for very, very specific items, because now I can do other electronic items, like, you know, not just AI limiters, but high-speed connectors, just a number of things. So I want to be able to work with that. All right, so that is the farthest out power that I currently have. So I'm gonna start working it out this direction. It is gonna make its way over there, but I also have other stuff that I'm gonna be building. So I'm gonna just sort of park my vehicle over here. So I want to be able to go, you know, almost any direction. So I really just want to find the right spots to put it. Like this might be a good spot right here. You know, normally I put these on concrete things, but as I said, I'm low. I'm a little low on concrete right now, so not terribly worried about it at this point. If they set nice and flat, obviously these don't, so, but it's fine. Wire is too long? Really? Okay. Let's try there. Go pretty long distances with these damn things. Eh, that worked. Okay. Yeah, because there's a spot right down here we're gonna see in a moment. It is literally right here. So right here, I have pure Caterium. I have pure coal and pure iron right there. So I definitely need to get a power thing over here. And granted, we could put a power station over here, but I want to make sure that we have some power over this way. So I'm thinking that's where it's at right there. probably go maybe right here-ish. Kind of don't like these trees here. Kind of wanted to go a little past this because we'll put a power station in for that. So maybe right here. Very nice. Connected right up. Now keep in mind that where we're going to be going is going to be over that way. So we haven't quite got there yet. But I'm going to be cutting trees as I kind of walk through here. These little things drive me crazy. We can go a pretty good distance here. We might be able to get it up there. What do you think? We get it up there. Maybe right here. We could probably do that, right? Right there. Yeah, I like it. More than enough. Okay, good. So my plant, I'm trying to see if I can see it from here. I believe is over that way. Right? So at some point we're going to need to make it. I still need to go this way, but we're going to have to also make one go that way. Because we are going to be building stuff out this way, most likely. Of course, I got to be able to see my power thing, right? It's right there, so... Actually, we could probably just start going this direction, huh? It's a piggy. Hi, piggy. Okay, let's put one of these over here. Howdy doody, man. Clace on YouTube. How are you? Ah. Got it. All right. Might as well get the slug while we're here. All right, so we have that. We'll be able to go that direction. But I also need to go this direction. So let's get one over here. This might be a good spot. This is kind of slopey. So we'll put it right there. Make sure I'm pointing the right way here. And of course it's going the wrong direction because, you know, I can't see. Is there an indicator that tells you which direction to go? Maybe? There we go. And yes, don't worry about the floating. I'll fix that later when I have more concrete. Sweet. So that should be enough to get me to a power plant over here. Still don't know where the power plant's going to be. Or not power plant, but my power station. So I could build it. I can't put it there, even though that would be the perfect spot for it. Because the power line will never make it over there. So we're going to try to put it over here. I just don't know if it's going to fit. Or I don't know if it's going to be long enough. Well, you know, I just have to make sure I point it that way. So let's take out this tree right here. Okay, this might be too far, but we'll see. Alright, here we go. One power station. Yeah, I really should probably redo this thing, this design. Just like that. Put a hold on it. Send it down. Walk around, make sure everything is where it needs to be. That looks good. I'm going to send it down again. Make sure I can still get in the door. And build it. This is where the fun begins. And oh, look at that. It reached it. Why is that purple? Is there a reason why that's purple? Make that black. I have to look at that swatch. I think one of the swatches might have triggered that. All right. So we now have power. And just so you can see, we have 1,350 megawatts of power. We have a max consumption of over 1,000, but we're only making 600 and something. So we have enough power to, oh, hi. We have enough power to get the generator started. So luckily we can just tap off of this thing and go right into that. And that should start everything up. What are you doing over here? Get out of here. Go bug somebody else. Alright, now this is running 240. So that's what we're hoping to get to. That's good. So far, so good. Let's go up and check on these. These things should be no power. Well, they're full of oil. That's good. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Beans are always in the way. They so are. Didn't want him as a pet? No, I don't want him as a pet. Joe Muller, welcome to the stream. How are you? Oh, you know what? It usually helps if the power is attached. All right, so these are making the blues. Now we can go check these, make sure they don't have any fuel yet. Okay, that's what we're waiting on, is them to get the fuel. We have oil. Oh, no, they have fuel. Right? So these should have... Oh, they don't have any fuel in them right now. So we're waiting for the fuel to be created. Yeah, you know, they always seem to be in the way. That's just the nature of things, right? So we're slowly getting fuel built up. So we're going to have to wait on that right now. So these things will not go anywhere until... well... Yeah. I'm not going to turn them on until they have fuel in them. Right now they don't have any fuel. So, gotta wait for those pipes to fill up. You have hit 400 subs on YouTube. Thanks, man. Yeah, I did. We had another YouTuber come in and gave me a sub. Oh, I thought I had that set already. Come on, you're killing me here. There we go. Thought I had all of these configured, so that one's good. That one's good. That's good. Okay, good. Good. He's starting to power up. That's good. He's starting to burn. That's good. It means it's working. Just gotta wait for all that fuel. Takes time. Okay, this is running. I have... This is maxing. This is... Okay, there we go. Starting to do something. Okay. Oh, technically, yeah. Technically, these are not plugged into anything except for themselves. So I'm waiting for these things to kind of fill themselves up. Now, technically, I probably should have them unplugged. Maybe like this. We'll let them fill up. I'm trying to remember exactly how I used to do this. So let me just take these things and just take them off the poles so that way they don't try to run. I want them to just completely fill up first. Yep, that's how we do it. We want to make sure that the fuel is maxed. Pretty sure that's what we need to do here. Yeah. It's been a minute since I've done this, so just take them off the poles here. So I did this in my 1.2 or 1.1 playthrough, but I hadn't touched it for a little bit. So just trying to remember everything. That's what happens when you play multiple video games and then you come back to it. No fuel. See, like, there's no fuel in this one, so that's why I'm doing it, to make sure that it has fuel going into it. That's what takes the longest, is getting the fuel in it. Okay. We're going to go underneath here in a minute. I need to make sure the lines are full. Because it's kind of different because each one of these is doing 40 per minute, which is not a lot of not a lot of fluid going through the pipe. So there could be maybe some sloshing happening. And that's why they're not completely filling up. And that one's almost full. That's good. That one's almost full. Like I said, I usually like to wait until they're completely filled before I actually hook them up. So let me go ahead and just hook the pipes themselves, the power poles themselves up, so that way I can hook them into the grid one at a time. So how is everyone tonight? Guys ready for the 4th? I'm not doing any fireworks this year. Pretty much the same thing last year. I didn't really do fireworks last year either. I have leftover fireworks from a few years ago, so it's not like I don't have any. I just not in the mood. Kind of hot, you know, sitting out in the heat, even at night. Not my thing. Okay, so this one looks good. You don't like fireworks? I mean, I can understand some of them, you know, they get a little loud and whatnot. Okay, this one's good. We're going to hook this one up now. Okay, this one's good. All right. And we're good. Okay. So now we're going to hook all these up. Gotta have fireworks in the 4th, though. Yeah, I mean, just really tired. Had a very long day out of the heat. Yeah, my son and I were kind of cleaning out a little bit of the part of the garage today. Trying to give me some more workshop space. Got a lot of crap in our garage. No, I mean, I did the whole thing for a while where I used to do, you know, the mortars and the bottle rockets and all that shit. And, you know, when my kids were younger, it was, you know, real easy to set up cones and sparklers and all that. And if I want to watch it, you know, I call it Arson Fest in our neighborhood because there's so many people already doing work. I could just set a launcher out and just watch. I don't even have to do any of it anymore, you know? That's how it is. All right, so we just gained 2,000 more megawatts of power. Look at that. We now have 3,350 megawatts. Awesome. Feeling pretty good. Yeah, that's what we call it. I call it Arson Fest just because there's like we live in a city where you have to have a permit to do fireworks. Now, the permits are free. You just get them at the fireworks tent. But, you know, they sell mortar shells and all of that shit. And so just people setting off mortars everywhere. This particular stream, normally I would stop in like 6 minutes, but I plan on streaming a little longer. Since it's Friday. I'll probably go for another hour, at a minimum, another hour. The big thing was to get more power, which we now finally have, and I could start working on more stuff. Check out my power station. This is my older power station from 1.1. If you guys didn't get a chance to see it, here, let me go down here. This is a blueprint that I created in 1.1. I didn't invent it. I saw a YouTube guy do a version of it. But it's basically one of the big poles. Okay? And I have the bottom side of it, which has 4 connectors set up to their own power poles within are set up to those. And then we just enclose it. The tricky part was setting up these holes right here and making it so they line up perfectly. And I got the right combination because, like, here's the regular wall, right? Well, then you have half wall, and then you have a full wall in the center. And then you have 2 of those 1 meter walls there. And this has actually been like one of the best ones I've ever made. Now I have my other one I made on Wednesday, which will go back to the other to the base area. Where? Oh, I put my no, my truck is like way back over there. Yeah, I think I put my truck over here somewhere. So we're gonna go back to the truck because I didn't drive. Pretty sure, yeah, there's my truck way over there. Yeah, I really enjoy this power tower, and we can go into the blueprint and I can show you guys that a little bit more detailed if you want. But wait till you see my other one. I made one on Wednesday, so if you didn't get a chance to see that one, hi Piggy. You'll be able to go to. I'll have a ladder on that one. You'll be able to go to Wednesday stream and see that one because I made one that's a little wider, but it's 2 parts. So it's I have a power station A and then B. So these are 2 that go together. And I think you guys will get a kick out of that one. So let me get back over to where my truck is. Because I didn't bother to drive the rest of the way. Alright, man. Thanks for dropping in. Get some rest. Whoa. So this is 1.2, obviously. You know, 1.2 came out earlier in the month, but I'm playing random nodes, mostly pure, and I'm also playing half power. So that makes for some gives me better opportunities for overclocking and things like that. But what makes it harder is that the space elevator parts are 25 times. So as you can see for phase 3, a lot of parts. So all right, so right over there is where we're going to drive to. This is where my plastic rubber factory is. We built I built this on Wednesday. I didn't have the whole thing. I had most of it done. I shouldn't say that. I actually did most of it Tuesday off stream, but we planned it. Kind of talked it over on Monday. I was doing a few random things, and then yesterday off stream I kind of decorated it a little bit. It's only on 2 sides decorated, but yeah. So check out this one. This is my other power station. So it's a 2-part power station. This one is 3 wide. As you can see, it's 3 wide, right like that. I like the random nodes mode because it forces you to put a factory in different spots. Exactly. That is one of the reasons why I did it. Now, I normally build in the regular desert, but I decided I didn't want to do it this time. So I actually started in the northern forest, and that spot right over there is where the starter base is. It's hard to point, but let me see here. Can I get it from here? Yeah, you remember that spot right there? If you're in the northern forest, that used to be concrete. That's a pure iron node right now, and I got various things setting over there. Okay. So this power station is cool. It's wider. As you can see, it's wider. Now, I didn't do the half things like I did the other one. This one, I actually used the wall holes. These are the conveyor wall holes. And the cool thing is you don't have to worry about halves or anything. You just place them wherever the cord ends up. you can't see through it. It's kind of almost make-believe like. I might do the same thing and the other ones later, but yeah. As you can see, we have the same sort of thing here, but I put a different ceiling on it this time. I have the same 4 as I did before, but they're coming directly. But I have a power switch here. So I can come into the power switch at any point in time and turn off an entire sector. And I also have 6 batteries in here, so I have 3 batteries on each side, all hooked into the grid. And then these are the 2 poles that you actually connect off of to power whatever building you want, and they're Mark IIs. So I can have as many connections as I need. So I have an oil node sitting way up there, which is not where the normal oil nodes are. And it's powering this entire, it's supplying that factory over there. So we'll take a little quick look at the factory over there before I go back to the base. But yeah, I like the random nodes. There's things in spots where I know they didn't used to be. I have built things over here before, but I never really went as far as I'm going this round. So, little styling, kind of a modern, what do they call it? I'm looking to do something that's kind of modern industrial. So we have these sort of the glass roofs right over here. It's kind of a nice little walkway for the rain. I have a pipe system coming off of that the oil node up there, and this is a normal node rather than a pure node, and then going straight into the system here. All of the logistics are being done underneath. So it's got a nice, clean, open build up at the top, or a nice, clean build up here. So I have 4 on this side, 4 on that side. Over here I'm making plastic, over here I'm making rubber. I don't have any lights in here right now. That's something I got to do later. And as you can see, I have plenty of plastic. Got one of those things up there. I got this merging and overflowing because we've got not only do we have plastic overflowing, but we also have the petroleum coke overflow, and it all goes into these 2 sinks here. So what I realized is that I didn't realize that I don't get as much heavy oil residue out of the plastic as I do out of the rubber, so I just halved these because I already had them in place. And of course the rubber's over here. Same sort of thing. So this is a fully running facility. It shouldn't shut off. It should always stay running as long as it's got electricity. So yeah, I still gotta finish that side and that side. I still gotta put lights in here. I don't really want to bore people with that unless it's something you really want to see. And I also have a power switch here too, so I can control this building. Caves and various little places. I don't really have a way to get up there. I suppose I need to put something in place because I took out the stairs that I put in. Or no, actually no, they're still there. Let me take you up and show you what I did with the oil node. I might make this into a blueprint. Maybe. But up here, it's just like I said, it's the normal node. It's open on this front. You can see it's I have the top kind of going a little bit ways. It's kind of awkward with that going up and down the way it is. But you know, I've also got, you know, these cables and stuff in here, kind of doing some kind of industrial styling with it. But that's it. There's nothing major up here. Just working on that. So I like it. course, I got the space elevator. I was using truck stops in the beginning, but they are inherently slow. When it comes to offloading stuff, they're kind of a little bit slow. But I mean, I have Mark 4 rails now, so they probably won't be nearly as slow. Got to get to my truck up here. All right, so let's go. They really need a backup beeper for this. So I'm not going to give like a full like overview of everything. I'll show you on the map where some stuff is. But I do have these 3 truck stops set up to where I could like drop stuff off if I need to. This is my current outpost. I like showing this building off. You've probably seen screenshots before if you haven't watched any of the previous streams on demand, but this is my blueprint building where I have different levels to be able to stand on when I'm working around the blueprints. I'm going to go up one more level, I think, before I put the roof on and then put the lights in. I did something similar to this in 1.1 with the 5x5, and I really liked it. You notice that this is sunk into the ground, so that way it's a smooth walk. I don't have to step over anything. And I've got an elevator right here that goes down into my sort of zip cave, I guess you could call it, and then also goes up to the different levels. So yeah. I got my own personal sink there. I have another one of the power stations right there. Over here I have just a basic factory. This level is making, right now it's making the frameworks. That's why I got like 5,000 frameworks in there. The top is making like stators and motors and stuff. It was making a space elevator part before I took it out. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at now. All right, so I want to unlock the manufacturer. So we have the industrial manufacturer here, and I think I have most of the parts. I just have to get them. Some of it I have to get out of my truck, because I put a bunch of shit in my truck here. So let me get the stuff out of there. So yeah, I need a little bit more of this. All the modular frames I've got. I have to go get some more. Not a bad setup. Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. I make it work. Now, what you don't see is like I said, the starter factory is over there. It's not really doing anything. I don't have it syncing anything. Where the magic is, what you guys don't see, is where the other power comes from. So here's where I'm at. You can see I'm making frameworks and various things, right? But what you don't see is where everything else is. Of course, this map does not show where everything else is, which is kind of hilarious in and of itself. You would think it would show where most of my stuff is. So I have oh, it's only showing it because this is where the truck stops are. But over here, let's see, I believe it's like over here. Yeah, let me zoom in a little bit. This is really not a very good way of showing it. You see where this is right here. Right here is where I'm making steel beams and encased industrial beams, and then I want to say like right over here is where I have my coal power plant. So I can take you over those in a little bit if you guys want. I need to get some encased industrial beams anyway. So we'll go over there in a few minutes. I want to get this stuff done. I want to get this manufacturer thing done here. So I got 200 of that. That's done. All right, so we're going to go over to this base over here for a minute because I got to get the rest of the stuff. See my little zip cave garage. I got stuff that I'm storing. But I have a nice little tube over here so I can get in there whenever I need to. Alright, so like I said, over here is where I'm making industrial, these entity versatile frameworks. Since I got to make 62,000 of them, I'm just doing it in the background. Up here is where I need to get to the motors. So this one right here was making one of the other space elevator parts for phase 2. You can go back to some of the previous live streams to see that, but I turned it into a motor making deal because I wasn't making motors anywhere, and I got stators sitting right here in case I need them for anything. That's sort of an overflow station right there. But yeah, what's funny is I'm making this off of, you see how I have copper and everything. I'm not even using a copper node over here at all. I'm using nothing but iron and coal. And I have a pure node right there, and I'm not using it, so. Yeah, it's kind of alternate recipes are just an awesome thing. All right, so modular frames. I don't have. I probably should put these in a container, but I don't have them in a container. I just go and I take them from over here, and I come over here and I take them from over here, and it'll build back up again and it'll be fine. But I'm gonna have a more dedicated factory for them anyway, in the future. But yeah, I'll show you inside the designer. Like if I want to build something, one of the things I like about having this kind of a designer setup is that I could see so much better like this. And I have a jetpack, yeah, but I didn't have a jetpack when I originally did this. So like if I wanted to, let's say, put that power thing back out, right? If I wanted to show you the power transfer station, I can come in here and easily set it in place, and sure enough, I can interact with it from up here, or I can go up there, right? I could literally jump right into it and modify it and then save the blueprint. So you can see it fits in the 4x4 because this is what I built it in. But yeah, I just like having the ability to work on my blueprints from up here. The 5x5 one's scary because you're like way up there compared to this. I'd have to load up my other playthrough to show you that one. But this is believe it or not, this outpost is a temporary one, really, because it's not going to be my permanent location. My permanent location will probably have all 3 designers in it, maybe, or multiples of designers in it. I don't know. I haven't really figured that out yet. Okay. All of those, all of these. Boom. Very nice. No thanks, Ada. I don't need to listen to you. Okay. So while that thing's going, and that's going to be 14 minutes, 15 minutes long, I'll take you over to the steel factory so you guys can see that now. Let me put some fuel in this thing. Now I've created road blueprints, but I don't have any roads set up yet. So I'm gonna take the scenic route over here. There's not a way to get over there directly because there's water right there, so I gotta take a little bit of a different path. Not too bad, it's just a different path, right? Hold on, I can't see too well. Kind of maneuver over here. Try not to hit any rocks on my way. Oh, back up a little bit. Try not to hit. Don't hit the hogs. I don't like the fog. I really need to look up the... There is a command to make the fog go away, and I always keep meaning to look it up. I'm going to look it up one of these times. And turn the fog off. It drives... It doesn't sit well with me. But yeah, I got to go up this crazy hill over here. In fact, this is actually a great time because there is a hard drive over here that I haven't claimed yet because I didn't have rubber at the time. So this is the steel factory right here. You can see it's all suspended in the air. It's going to kind of back up here. All right. Do I have rubber on me? I think I have enough. If I don't, I have some right there. Yeah, so this is the steel factory. I got a little bit of logistics going on underneath, which there's a reason for that. This stuff goes into the sinks, if I remember correctly. The sink or something. I don't know, I'll show you in a minute. But I have a pure iron node here, and I have a pure coal node sitting up there. So you can see here, pure. So these things are running at normal speed. I haven't like overclocked them or anything yet. The coal node is up here, as you can see. Now the reason I came up here is because the hard drive is right there. So let's go take care of the hard drive while I'm here. It's too much vegetation. I can't see very well. There we go. Got some critters up here, but they don't really bother me. And I have just enough, so there we go. And I could break all this stuff down, but I don't really need any of it right now. I've already taken all the parts, all the leftover parts off of it, so let me just get out of here. So yeah, so this thing's running, you know, normal. So, does what it needs to do. I don't really have to come over here very much. Whoa. Okay. Except for when I need stuff from there, so we can go up top. Kind of running an underneath setup here, and I just have a standard setup now. I am running a the steel ingot recipe to maximize the what I make over here. So everything is about as balanced as it's gonna get. Everything comes in the middle and splits, then splits. So down here, we're making steel beams on both sides. Steel beams are then fed in over here. These steel beams are actually being fed by concrete. So I actually am making concrete. So I have a concrete node, or a limestone node right there. It's actually, that's what's going underneath. So it goes in underneath, comes up here, makes concrete. So I am making concrete. As you can see, these things are overclocked. And then over here is where I have the steel beams making steel ingots. So they're kind of going opposite directions, and then they're all being turned around and fed into here to make encased industrial beams. So it's about as efficient as it can get at the moment. Not styled or anything. I just kind of got things set up. I'll figure I'll come back and make it look fancy later, but as you can see, I've got more than enough encased industrial beams. So I probably should take some while I'm here. Never have enough of these, right? Especially when we have Mark IV. First, I got one of those on there. We have one sink, which right now I have 7 tickets in. And of course, I have one over here with the beams in it. Now, beams. How many beams do I have on? I don't have that many. Probably should grab some of those while I'm here too. Sorry, my eyes are watering a little bit today. There we go. And I have smart splitters on here, so they'll fill that up, and then they'll go back to putting everything down there. But yeah, not too bad of a setup here. The fun part is the power plant. So the power plant is actually down here, and I can't really drive to it, so I have to walk to it, or run to it, I should say. If I didn't have the base, if I didn't have that building there, well, I could probably get my truck over here. I'm just not going to mess with it. Kind of a pain, but it's down here. I'm pretty sure in the pure playthrough there is not coal down here. I think there's oil down here. So that's kind of funny, but yeah, I'm running slightly overclocked. I'm running at the belt speed, the Mark III. Oops, running a Mark III, so I'm maximizing the belt speed, 270. And I'm running what, 16 of these things over here, or hell, I don't know. Let's see. 18, I think. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm running like 16 or 18 of these coal generators, right? And they're running at 100%. It took me a little while to get it to run perfect without any issues, and it's been running perfect ever since I got the setup going. Yeah, this thing runs really efficient. It's an open design with fencing in place. The reason it runs like that is all of the water systems are separated, so each one is separate. So you see this water right here is running at 240 a second. They're all pretty much running like that. So these things can slow down or whatever. I got pumps there just to make sure everything runs efficient. And it's a looping system, so it actually has a loop that goes back around. So hopefully it will, I did it with the idea that it wouldn't slosh. So I did it on most of them, although some of them don't look as fancy, as you can see there. Yeah, everything's running. Got a loop back over here. Got a loop back over here. So she's running like a champ. 1,350 megawatts out of the power plant. And what's interesting is, to me, is that down that way over there, I have another coal node. So I could set up a whole nother one of these down here if I want to. So there's no oil down here at all. I mean, I actually haven't even checked. I don't think there's any oil down here at all. Yeah, there's no oil down here. So can't run any oil plants down here. But I have there's other nodes around there. It's picking up on some other stuff I have going. There's so many, I hadn't really spent a lot of time over here, but there are these slugs. They're all over the place over here. Have you guys done much work over here in this part of the map? Because there are slugs everywhere. I don't think I've ever seen such an abundance of slugs. But there are just hundreds of them over here. I don't think I've ever seen so many. It's like every one of these has like a half a dozen, you know, a good dozen or so just spread out all over the place. Anyway, so this is my coal and my power plant. So as you can tell, I don't have a lot of productions going on right now, which is why I needed to get the power, because, I mean, I have productions, but I need a lot more productions than that. Exploring, you know, there's a lot of exploring that I want to do. I built a fused modular frame factory over there. Yeah, there's just tons of slugs. So many. Now, I have done some exploring over here. I did go on a hard drive hunt today and got various amount of hard drives in this area. I think there's still a few more that I haven't gotten yet. But I got most of them, and some of them were pretty difficult to get my hands on up there. Here's a nice, pretty sure this is another pure node, right? Yeah, limestone pure node right there. Don't know what I'm going to do with that one. These guys. I've done a little bit exploring over here. I got just, you know, not too far away from the desert. When I was doing a little bit of exploring. Because I know where a decent amount of stuff is in the desert. Because that's where I've built most of the time, is over there. So we have a nice little pure sulfur node over here. Over by the starter base, there's 2 sulfur nodes over there too. Well, I got plenty of sulfur. I can make so much ammo. I've made a bunch of... I got a, I don't know, like a bunch of nobelisks. This playthrough, I have just seen so many SAM nodes. It's nuts. This is the normal one. I've got a pure one over by my base. Yeah, I've never seen so many SAM nodes. In my original playthrough, I only had one, and it wasn't even a good one. It was an impure one. Oh, I hate trees. I need to go through and clear all this out. I'm going to be putting it like I was talking about before. I have some highway blueprints, but I'm going to redo them to make them a little bit easier to build. Whoops. Oh, sorry, bud. I didn't even see you there. You know, what's funny about over here is this right here where we're at right now, and I just now noticed that this was over here. I like my Mercer spheres. Right over there, in the regular playthrough, on that thing is all oil nodes, okay? And this is actually where my fuel power plant is, right where that bean is in my other playthrough. So I am kind of already familiar with this space. I already know what's here. The problem is there's not 3 oil nodes here. Oh, contraire. There is not 3 oil nodes over here. Let me show you what I get instead. Instead of 3 oil nodes, what do I get? 1 sulfur. 1 coal. Normal. Check it out. Bauxite. Pure. Awesome. And a copper node. That's it. There's no oil. Not one of those is oil. That is true randomness right there. And there's actually a node right up here. I didn't even notice till just now. Here's the oil node. So I have 1 oil node where there should be multiples. So I'm not going to do anything on this one. I'm going to leave it for right now because I got a feeling I'll end up using it later, you know, when I get into like, I don't know, tier 7 and 8. That might be when I end up using it. Since I've barely went into tier 7 and 8, so I've never finished this game. So needless to say, I'm going to be finishing it for the first time in this playthrough. Yeah, I know a lot about this area since this is where I normally play. Like I used to come down that space right there. But this is where we can go right up there. You always got this little hog over here in the way. So this is the, you know, the area that I've started in the most. This is actually the first time I've been in the desert since I started. Now there's a pure node up here, but I don't know what it is. It's normally Caterium. Let's see what it is. Let's see what they put over here. Did they put iron over here? What did they put over here? Approach it slowly. It stayed Caterium. What do you know? It stayed Caterium. That's the first one that remained its original its original thing. Okay. Well, I'm not going to explore the entire desert. I just wanted to briefly come by over here. I'll play around with this this section another day. I'm kind of going the opposite direction in this playthrough, so that's why I'm not in this side. Run over you again. Sorry, bud. Did I kill you this time? No? Okay. Come on now, get out of there. Okay, I'm not trying to get in there. I'm trying to get in the truck. There we go. But yeah, I built a fuel generator. Basically, my plastic and rubber and fuel generator was all over here in this one space. So I had both. But yeah, it's funny that there's only one oil node in this whole spot over here. And there's like, what? A couple of nodes over here too. We got another, I didn't even notice these. There's something over there? I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice that there was anything over here. This tells you how much. We got nice pure copper over here. And pure iron. We could build something with this. Pure limestone. Nice. Yeah, we can definitely build some stuff over here, or you know, or build enough stuff to where we transport it to another location. There's definitely a lot of cool stuff we can do over here once we start building over here. But like I said, I'm building the opposite side right now, where you guys saw me earlier with my new power plant. That's kind of where I'm at. So, whoa. So we're really not over here yet. Oops, I hit a tree. This thing should be able to just knock trees over. Should not be restricted. Well, let's see. I did put a hard drive in there, didn't I? Or actually, no. That was the thing coming back from the space elevator. So we should pick out our next deal. What we want to make next. For the tier 6 unlocks, or milestones, if you will. Sorry, doggo. Really shouldn't be roaming around over here. I have the most terrible luck trying to get those damn doggos. Does anybody else have, like, really bad luck with those things? Because I was under the impression that you had to hold a pallberry in your hand. I don't really mess with those damn things, so... You're supposed to, like, offer them the pallberry, and they're supposed to take it, but they always reject it for me, so... I don't know, I'm doing something wrong, I'm sure. So, Joe, where are you at on your journey? Are you you're playing 1.2, I assume, right? Are you much farther along than I am? Because I started this one from scratch because I wanted to do the random nodes, so I didn't like. I could have continued out of my other playthrough. I was already in 5 and 6 at that point. I actually tested some of the. I actually uploaded it as part of the experimental branch, and unlocked just about everything that was new. I think the only thing I didn't unlock was the toilet. But like I did the daisy chains, of course I already had the fluid trucks and stuff. Alright, what do we want to unlock next? I could do the trains, because I have everything already to do trains. This will actually be... No, I've unlocked the trains before, but I've never really built a train system, so... Yeah, let's get the trains. It's a good thing I went and got a bunch of this stuff. I have more pipes. Alright, I have pipes in here. How many more pipes do I need? 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm actually almost done. I had the ballistic warp drives done. I'm just trying to get tickets for the golden nut. There you go. Awesome, man. Yeah, usually what happens with me is I'll get in tiers 5 and 6 like I am right now, or I'll just barely get into 7 and 8, and then I end up playing some other game and don't come back to it. I'm really trying hard not to do that this time. There is a game I'm going to be doing some YouTube content for. As soon as it comes out, well, as soon as the update happens, which is supposed to be, one, two, yeah. The update for that game is on the 20th. So once that comes out, then I'm going to be recording for that one. I'm not going to live stream it. I'm going to record it. So I haven't done any recorded content on the channel for 3 years. Okay, I just started live streaming again on YouTube in June, the first week of June. I've been live streaming on Twitch forever, but I'm actually going to play that game, or I'm going to be recording that one. So. And now we have trains. Very nice.
Milestone reached.
All right. Thank you, Ada. We're gonna wait 10 minutes for that one. Yeah. So the game I'm gonna be doing some recorded content for is called, and I always mess up the name. Parcel Simulator. You guys have ever heard of Parcel Simulator? They have a new warehouse, a big update coming, and yeah, I'm gonna record content for that one. Now, occasionally, I will try out a demo of a game. I did that a few that was last Friday. We did Farm Factory Simulator. So if you guys haven't seen that, there's a demo out for it. I was playing it last Friday. I just did it one day. It was okay. I'll tell you the game that I'm really looking forward to, and I'm gonna be playing it too. Not live stream though. I'm gonna record that one because this is the only thing I'm gonna live stream until I beat it. So unless something happens, that's the plan anyway. Should say it like that. And that is main sequence. I don't know when that game's gonna fully release, but the demo was really good. I liked it. Factory building in space. Okay, so what is next? Let's see. I have another hard drive. Let's go ahead and work on that. Don't have any other things I want to unlock yet. Probably railway signals. But I don't have... I think I'm short on computers. I only have... Believe it or not, you know, we're going to get a kick out of this. We're going to do this. I have 9 computers right there, and I think I have 40 downstairs, which means I'm 1 short. That's funny to me. Pretty sure I've got 40 sitting. Yeah, I have 40 right there, which means I'm 1 computer short. So I might have to build a manufacturer to make 1 computer. Boy, that's funny. Yep. So 49. 1 short. That's okay. Yeah, my eyes are just really watering today. Alright, so we need a manufacturer. Can I even make one right now? Let's see. I need more modular frames. Okay, we can do that. The one thing I don't have in the Dimensional Depot... Well, I have a lot of things that are not in the Dimensional Depot, but let's go over here and get some. Oh, wait, I didn't need to go up here. I'm sorry. That was a little premature. Here we go. We have enough. I will say, those pipes do come in handy. I didn't really used to use them in the past. Alright, so I'm going to come out here to do this, because I got power right there. So let's just lay it like right out here real quick. And we can just hook in power. There. Now, what do I need to make a computer? Circuit boards. Okay. Don't have any of those. I can make them though. I got cables. Plastic I have. So I just need circuit boards. So here is plastic. And circuit boards are made with those. And what else? Circuit boards. Look at that. Yeah, definitely going to be setting up a factory for those kind of things. I have so many plans for so many factory types. All right, I think that would be everything, right? So I have enough to make some. Here we go. We'll just make a few. Now, heavy modular frames are the things that I need for, in order to do the Mark II pipes. And I believe I have some right here. Yeah, I have 30 right here. I need 50 for the space elevator milestone. That much I do know. So let me, look at that. I made exactly what I needed. I needed one. There, now I have 50. Alright, so to make these, what do we need? Encased industrial beams, pipes, modular frames, screws. Oh boy. Don't have a lot of screws, but screws I can get. Encased industrial beams I have. Steel pipes I have. Modular frames I have some. Not impossible. Got just under 3 minutes, so let me drive back to the starter base and get more screws, because that's where I have a lot of screws currently. So I'm going to get 2 stacks, I think. I don't have them in a storage bin. I have them in machines, because I was making stuff over there. So in the end, you guys end up getting to see all of my little buildings and my mini bases here. I did say earlier that, you know, wasn't going to, but yeah, actually we're going to. So there we go. Because we need to unlock stuff. But yeah, whenever I play over here in the Northern Forest, I always find myself over here because in the non-random game, there's a lot of iron over here. And it's great for a starter base, but it is a lot of pure nodes. Like here we have a pure sulfur, or a normal sulfur node. I've got copper right there. I've got an iron over there. And then of course I have limestone here, and then instead of having a pure limestone up there, I have a pure iron node. That iron node is what's making all of this stuff over here, rotors, and various things. So this is where I can get all of my screws. So drop 1 stack, drop another stack. That should be enough for now. I am going to grab some more limestone and make some concrete while I'm over here, since I don't have a concrete factory yet. That is the next major factory to build. Just going to take some and make some real quick. I got reinforced iron plates for for a long time right there. This is where I was making the smart plates. I had them coming in right up there. I'm not making them anymore. I stopped production, but I got regular plates here in a container. So probably need to take some at some point. Still have a decent amount of them. I got rods over there. I've got a lot of the basic components are over here. Freight is back now. That's good. Hard drive should be ready here pretty quick too. Yeah, I figure I'm going to be, you know, I mentioned earlier in the stream, I'm probably going to be spending a month or two in this tier. Um, because there's a lot of stuff that I'm not making yet. Like, I'm not making a lot of the electronic stuff. High-speed connectors, AI limiters, circuit boards. All of that stuff is stuff I need to make. Obviously, computers, you know, I just unlocked that. So I'm not talking about, you know, the stuff that we make in the manufacturer, but just like all of the general stuff, right? So, you know, a dedicated wire factory that also makes cables, you know, that also makes, you know, these copper sheets, you know, a dedicated, I already have an encased industrial beam thing and a regular steel beam, but I don't have one that just makes pipes. I am making pipes over by my base because I'm using them for other things. But like I don't have like a steady storage of a bunch of this stuff. There's no dedicated modular frame factory. So I want to make a whole lot of this stuff. No dedicated, like I am making motors, stators, and rotors right now. I am making these, but I might move them to other locations. Crystal oscillators aren't being made yet. So there's definitely a lot of stuff that I want to try to manufacture, especially when I'm going to be doing railways and highways and all of that. I need a lot of stuff manufactured in order to make all that work. Now, the concrete factory I mentioned earlier in the stream, we'll go ahead and mention it here, is actually going to be made up that way. In the normal playthrough, right over there is a pure Caterium node, but it's actually pure limestone in this one. And there's like 3 or 4 other limestones up that way. So I'm going to be building a concrete factory over there. And if I can find a water supply, which I might, then I'm going to use the wet concrete recipe to do it. If not, then I'll just use the standard recipe to do it. Because right now, I think those are the only 2 that I have. I have some choices, alternate choices. Whoop, sorry, Piggy. Oh, see, he died. Hit him pretty hard, didn't I? All right, where's it at? There it is. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I gotta put a lot of roads in. I gotta figure out the whole network for trains, since this will really be the true first time for me using trains. I started to build a system at one point in time, you know, years ago. Yeah. That's kind of where I am with that. Anyway, you know what? I just realized that I should have got the copper sheets while I was there, because I don't have enough. I only have like half of what that requirement is. I have all the computers, and I just go over here and get those. How many do I need? 2 stacks ought to be enough. That. Alright, so I don't have any copper sheets on me. Let me see if I have any in here. I might have put some in here. And that is a negative. I got all kinds of other stuff, but no copper sheets. Okay. I'm not going to drive up there. I'm actually just going to run up there real quick and just get the copper sheets I need. Be faster for me to run anyway. So, Joe, what do you think of the rain effects? So far, that's really the only thing I've seen. I mean, the wind was pretty interesting. Wonder if the wind turbines in that power mod will actually react to the wind. Now, And I think it's an interesting mechanic. The rain. It's not really annoyed me yet. Or anybody else that would want to comment on it too, you know. All right, up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be more than enough. Mr. Bean. The rain is alright, I guess. It does add a little. It makes the world feel more real. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen if it rains in the desert yet. I mean, I think that would be a little weird if it did. It does rain out here into this part, though. This deserty area. I have seen it rain over here, which is a little bit odd, but, you know, I suppose it could happen, right? Alright, so let's finish this out. There we go. Railroad signals.
Train signals placed on train rails can control and improve train
Yes, Ada, thank you very much. Alright, let's see what hard drive luck I have today. I haven't had the best of luck with some of these. Bolted frame. Trying to get away from screws, so no. And pure quartz crystal. Ooh. The pure recipes are really pretty sweet. And what's funny is I have a quartz node not far from here, right next to water. That could work and make a lot of quartz crystals. To me, I think that's a good one. What do you guys think? You think the pure quartz crystal is a good alternative recipe? I think it's a good one. Put it in a refinery. Just spit out crap loads of crystals. $52.5 a minute. The normal one is half that. So yeah, I think I'm pretty sure that's a better one. Especially when you consider the fact that it takes 67 per minute, which is a really odd number to have. Where the hell do they come up with these weird numbers? You'd have to downgrade it just a little bit, or upgrade it, I guess. 60 per minute would have been better. 67 and a half? Man, that's some weird ass numbers. But you know what? I'm going to keep this one. I like it. Bam. We have pure quartz. So let's look at some of the other hard drive choices here. A lot of these I haven't, none of these have, these two, unfortunately, I don't have any rescans available, so I don't know what to do with those, but I have the steel screw recipe. I'm leaving it just in case I have to have it. But I don't know what to do here on this one, so what do you guys think? Which one of these do you think is the better of the two? I don't have any rescans left, so Yeah. Which one's the better one? Because I don't know. I honestly don't know which one is the better recipe. Probably the silicone one. Yeah. I mean, the normal recipe, which we made some before, is plastic and copper sheets. So this one is plastic and quick wire, which I'm pretty sure quick wire is more rare than copper is. And I can, well, I can't make, actually, I think I can make I can make copper ingots from iron, so yeah, this would be in more of an abundance, I would think. And it reduces the need for plastic. So this reduces the need for plastic. This removes the need for copper. So yeah, it also makes more. 12 per minute. The default recipe is just under half of that. So I think this one will probably work, so we'll take that one. All right, so another one that I can't rescan is this one. Now I was holding on to this one. The recycled rubber, I'm pretty sure, is the better one of the two. Because who the hell would make wire out of Caterium ingots? Why would I make a copper item out of a Caterium one when the Caterium is more rare? So pretty sure recycled rubber is the way to go on this one. I don't even think that's even negotiable. Yeah. Now, why would I use fuel to make something other than power? I don't know. I haven't gotten far enough in the game, but I'm pretty sure everybody uses this recipe. Would you agree with that? Do we really make a crap load of stuff out of rubber? But I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a keeper, right? Because you can use that that blue stuff to make more plastic, and then in return make rubber through here. So I'm gonna say this one is the better one and just go with it. Now all the rest of them, all the rest of them are ones that I haven't made any choices of re-rolling yet. So I have the two here: cast screws, steel screws. I'm not making rubber concrete. I don't really like this one because right now I can make wet concrete, which is my preferred one. And I don't, the cast screws came too late. I still like that recipe, but I think it came too late for me. So do you guys think I should rescan this one? Or do you think I should... Actually, should I rescan any of these, or should I just hold on to them? That's really the question I should be asking. Should any of these be re-rolled? Here we have plastic smart plating and fine concrete. Here we have plastic AI limiters, which is an interesting one because AI limiters are made with quick wire and copper sheets. This is another way of getting rid of copper sheets. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm leaning towards, is just stockpiling them. Yeah. That's why I haven't done anything with them yet. I rescanned those others when I was in the previous tier because I was trying to get something specific, and I didn't. So, kind of the nature of how it goes, right? All right, what do we got left? So we have the pipes, which I definitely want. I need the heavy modular frames, which is what we're getting ready to make. And then we have the Mark II blueprint, which I need computers for. So we can't do the Mark II blueprint today. It's just not going to happen. We can start working on this one. I have this stuff I can get because I'm already making it. It's these that I need to make, which is why I got all this stuff. So let's go to that because I have 38 of the, or I thought I had 38, but I guess I have 29 modular frames, and so I need 20, 21 ish more of those things. So I need a little bit. So we're just gonna sort of wing this right now. And just gonna have it start making stuff, and I'm just gonna go get parts while it's making it. It's kind of like starting tiers 1 and 2 again, just setting up something and have it build it while I'm going and getting shit. So yeah, I need more modular frames. Go grab a couple of stacks of those. Those seem to be the things I run out of the most. This thing actually fills up quite fast. I should probably create a storage unit to put these in. So I actually make a pretty decent amount of them. They're made upstairs, but I probably should. Because these things don't exactly run really fast. They run pretty slow. Look at that. I've already got a whole nother stack of 50. Just take this other. There we go. Plenty of those now. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. Downside to the elevator is I keep hitting the wrong button. Grab a couple more of those. Just kind of feed it into the machine here. Okay, we're going on just a little over 3 hours now, which is probably the longest I've streamed. At least on YouTube. Twitch, I've done 12-hour streams on. Man, it used up those screws fast. You need a whole lot more screws. Not enough for me to do that alternate screw recipe, though. I can fill up, I can go up there and put in a storage unit and just have them being fed directly into it. I already have like a whole bunch of machines making screws over there, so. That's probably what I'm going to have to do. Is stockpile a bunch of screws. Yeah, it just sounds like it's really scorching up there, huh? Always fascinating watching all that being made. All right, well, kind of getting toward the end here. This is really the only thing we got going on, so I got to make 50 of these heavy modular frames. I'm going to run out of screws pretty quickly until I start stockpiling them. That's probably what I got to go do. Let's see, do I have... should have enough for like one of these or something. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to have to do that in order to get enough screws. And like I said, I'm making a lot of screws over there because I need it for the stuff that I was manufacturing. But I'm not really manufacturing that stuff anymore, so I can just split the screws out and have them, half of them go into storage, and then it'll all just pour into to a storage unit. I mean, this would be faster than me creating a makeshift screw machine down there, so I don't mind doing that up here. If there's ever an alternate recipe I would want to make, it would be for that part, because eliminating screws from needing to be made is a good thing, if we can get there. See, everything's just sort of waiting over here for me. Just, I got my makeshift crazy stuff here. So these things are both being supplied with screws right now. So I could split off of those because they're feeding up rather than down. So I could just put a storage unit right here and literally just split them off and have them feed right into it. Since I got those nice big storage units, each one of them could be feeding in there. Right, so I can put a splitter on this one. Just a regular splitter. And in fact, we'll just have a little fun and we'll feed this with a Mark 6 belt. It won't be able to keep up because that's a Mark 3, but why not? It'll feed it as fast as it can. And that's all these things are doing down here, is making screws. In fact, they're overclocked. So why don't we help it along? Look at that. This shit's just flying in there. I love it. This is actually flowing pretty good. But it could do better, right? Boom. Yeah, that stuff's just flowing in there. So it'll keep all of this stuff running for a while. That's good. Very nice. Wait for that. There we go. Bam. 3 stacks. That should work. It won't be enough to get what I need, but it'll be good enough for now, and I can always come back and get more. Now that I have it storing. Alright, so if you guys like the stream, don't forget to hit the like button if you're on YouTube. Subscribe if you're not already. I'm also on Twitch, same name. If you're over there, welcome. Hit the follow button if you're not following already. I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 o'clock Central Time. Normally I end around 10. It's about 2 hours. Friday nights, sometimes I'll kind of go a little bit later, like I am tonight. Just to kind of, you know, get stuff done. Depends on what I'm doing. Obviously, if I'm playing this, I'm going to go longer. But like last week, I only went to 2 hours since we were playing a demo game. And we're rating on those. Yeah. Doing good. All right, so we're making the parts, doing the thing. So let's go ahead and get what I have in here. I have 38. I need 1,000 of each of those, which we can get over there. But how much do I have stored in here? Because I might have a bunch of it stored in here. Let's see. Not very much. Just a little bit. Plenty of wire, though. Cables. A little bit of things. Alright, well, let's go over here and get some. Sometimes it's nice to just jog. All right, so I need plenty of it, which I have plenty of it. Take it right out of here. 2, 4, 6, 8. I'll just take it right here. 2, 4, 6, 8. Should be enough. But if it's not, I can always take it out of my dimensional depot. Jog back over here. Still, I painted these. I used to have 3 of these, but you notice what you see here. I painted it with the UPS color scheme, the brown and yellow. That's probably what I'll do with the truck. With some of the trucks, they'll be painted with like UPS colors, and then I'll have some of them with like Fed. Maybe I'll do the liquid trucks with FedEx, and UPS will have the solid ones. That'd be hilarious. Okay, so we almost have enough. We need what, 12? I think we're gonna have enough. Let's see. We made 4. That's good. We ran out of screws again. So now we need 8. 8 more. Do its thing. Granted, we'll have a more formal factory for that. But for now, we're good. Kind of stop for a moment. But yeah, like I said, the next project will be like that concrete factory that I'll be putting up there because I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff in concrete, so I kind of need it. As far as expansion goes, aside from that, what I didn't show, and I'll take the truck this time. I showed this early in the stream, so not everybody got to see it. But when I was setting up the power, I mentioned that I have. I'm going to be putting in another sort of steel factory. I think this is where I'm going to make the pipes. And I'm kind of following the power lines here. Whoa. Because it's actually... Damn it, I didn't mean to do that. It's actually right here, so... Right here... I have a pure Caterium node, which I'll be doing the Caterium stuff finally. Pure iron. Pure coal. So we'll have another coal factory, or a steel factory here. And then I'll also be a Caterium factory over here for Caterium related stuff. So a lot of that. Was there anything over here? I don't remember. Probably going to be building it up here somewhere. Because I don't think that, yeah, there doesn't appear to be any other nodes over in this spot. So it's probably going to be built over here. There's still a lot of stuff that I haven't really found over here because I haven't done a lot of... And I just seen a Mercer sphere, so I'm going to have to go get it. I haven't really seen a lot of stuff because I haven't explored over here all the way. Oh, hi. Oh, I hate these things. I really don't like these things. Well, so much for surprise attack. Anyway. My kingdom for a Mercer sphere.
Are you a temple?
If I had a body, it would be a temple.
You have no body.
I don't think we're on the same line.
You know, they're supposed to be attacking me if I attack them, but they don't. It's a bug.
Depths consume our blood.
But you know what? I don't mind it.
Continue gathering data, I suppose.
Now, supposedly... Actually, look over there. There's a coal node of it. Or not coal, but... you see right there, we have another limestone. So that's good. So we have our stuff there. We have limestone. There's supposed to be another coal node over here somewhere. And the only reason I know it is because I look at this on Satisfactory Calculator. If you kneel down and walk up to these things, they don't open. Yeah, looks like there's a limestone up here, which is cool. So is this a pure one? Nope, just a normal one. Well, that could come in handy. I mean, we can always make some more encased industrial beams over here. Is that another slug over there? Man, these slugs are just everywhere. Sort of way. Yeah, I've explored over here a little bit, but not like a huge amount. I'm pretty sure I'm always missing things. So I don't mind exploring over a little bit. Sorry, my eye is itching a little bit. But there is like a cave system down here that I found. I think it's over there or something like that. That is pretty extensive. Really turned out to be much inside of it though. I do think there was another might have been another sand node or something in it. I don't remember offhand. But yeah, so I'm going to be building a factory over here. But like, I need that concrete factory made first, because we're going to be going through so much concrete. I want to get a road system put in. It's all going to be like up high and whatnot. So I can drive a little bit better. I don't feel like I'm going to hit stumps. It reminds me of Snow Runner a little bit. Snow Runner, we would just run, the trees would just fall over if we ran over them. All right. How many we got? One more. Good. So that. Okay. I think when it's done, we'll have them. We'll have everything we need, and this will be the last thing that we do for tonight. It's just this last milestone. So 4 more to go. We're done. Finish on a high note, right? So what kind of factories are you guys looking forward to building? Or I should say looking forward to watching me build. I'm going to try not to play this at all over the weekend. If I do it all, it might be just to make a bunch of concrete to be getting part of the infrastructure together for the concrete factory. Have a good night. All right, man. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, we're going to be finishing up here pretty quick. I know it's late. It's like 11:29. So thanks for dropping in, man. I appreciate it. Everybody give it up for Joe Muller. 99.74. Almost there. That's it. We have our last set, so we can take that out now. All right, let's drop in those last 4 and turn in this milestone. And there she is, done.
Milestone reached.
And that's it. So yeah, we did good. Got a lot made today. A lot of stuff done. We have power. Right? If we check we didn't even, I don't have a thing to check the power in. Actually, I do downstairs. I don't have any power poles up here. Let's go down. I got a power pole like right over here somewhere. Oh, this is what happens when I... Oh, right here. Let's check it out. We have 3,350 megawatts of power. Our max consumption right now is just over 1,000. 2,000 megawatts coming from that oil fuel generator. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. We've got more than enough headroom for what we're gonna do. So I'm pretty happy about that. Everything running nice and efficient. Just the way I try to plan things out. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and save this here. So move my things over to get to my keyboard. We're going to save this as in more power. More power. And we'll go back to here. I appreciate everyone coming out and hanging out with me while we played through this. Had some good conversations. Joe Muller, thank you again for coming out. Clace coming out and hanging out with us. We'll be back Monday. Have a safe and wonderful 4th of July weekend. Let's come back with all of our fingers and toes, okay? And our hearing. If you're going to be messing with fireworks, do it safely. Keep a bucket of water with you. You know, like those buckets you can get at like a Home Depot or a Lowe's. You know, keep one with water in it. They're perfect for working with sparklers. You get done with the sparklers, you put them in the canner, you put it in there. If you need to use that water to put out an exploding cone or something, it's just good to have something like that around to put your punks out with or whatever. Be safe. Wear your hearing protection if you need it. And eye protection, the whole thing. Don't hold fireworks in your... you know, there's some fireworks you can hold in your hand. Don't hold Roman candles in your hand. Those are they're dangerous, okay? Let's face it, they're dangerous. If you have to, make a holder to hold it. You know, if you insist on holding it with your hand, build yourself a holder to put it in. So that way you keep your hands protected. Because that's what it's all about. It's keeping yourself protected. But anyway, safe weekend, and we'll catch you Monday right here on YouTube and Twitch. Have a good one.